Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jim, that any better? Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 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 Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Testing 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, that's fine. See, we concentrate now. I got on there.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 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 Test. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test 1, 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2 3 4 5. 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 Test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Test 1 2 3 4. Test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Two 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 two. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I honestly don't know it yet.
I mean, we'd have to leave it at this stage. Only a couple of minutes to go.
Yeah.
Have you music on that?
No. I don't.
No.
No, I don't.
Or even a jingle or a...
I don't think so, no.
No, that doesn't matter. We'd better start 10 minutes ago.
Okay, give me a second now. Will you be able to record it all anyway?
Yes. Can you record on this?
Yeah.
Until it's set to record in the air, like.
Stick the headphones in.
Into which now? Into this one?
Yeah. Into the... Can you hear me?
Too high.
Can you hear me? Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah. It sounds a bit distant.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Well,
Oh, this sounds shit.
not that thing at all, no.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, that's better.
You can hear that?
Yeah, I can.
That's Owen's.
Can you hear this? Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It sounds a mile away.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
A bit better. Do you want to use SM58 altogether?
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, just give.
1 second. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Just do you listen to it.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's not great. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
We don't have PA, we don't have PA. Okay? Don't need it. Okay? Once we have mics for the two lads talking to this one.
Two, three, four.
Where's this one? You have yours there. That's one there. Test that. 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And we've only got the one for now. I've got 2. No, that's 2. Check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. I'm not. No. Not fucking, not here at all.
He's never here.
Community Radio, and this is the 2020 and 21 Camogie All-Stars, sponsored by Centra, Rogers Centra in Scariff, the Scariff Bay Community Radio All-Stars. I'm your host, Owen O'Hagan, and I'm joined by the two men who support sport in many different ways in County Clare, Leo Doyle and Pat McNamara. Good evening and welcome to you.
Evening, Owen.
Evening, Owen.
It's great to see you here, and it's great to have this amount of people gathered, especially the ladies of Clare Camogie, isn't it?
Yeah, it is good on to see the future of Clare Camogie here, you know, and it is their performances on the field that got him here.
Yeah, delighted to be here as well. These girls entertain us so brilliantly. They put so much into it. Their commitment is unbelievable. Their skills and their fitness and everything else. So it's just wonderful for us to be here to acknowledge that and to see them close up in person.
This is Scariff Bay Community Radio, and we are on 88.3 and 92.7 FM locally in East County Clare. We're all over the world on scariffbayradio.com and also on the Radio Garden app and TuneIn Radio app. So we're delighted to have people from all over Clare listening in, and probably the ladies here, the relations are listening in America and in Australia and in Spain and Sierra, wherever they are, and tuned in hopefully. I do want to ask people to stand up because we're going to hold a minute's silence for Kate Moran, who died tragically at a match in Galway. Kate was playing for St Mary's Athenry Camogie Club in Galway, and she's a former Galway underage player who died tragically in a club league match last Monday. To all her family, we in Scariff Bay Community Radio and the whole Camogie family offer our sincere condolences. May she rest in peace. Again, may she rest in peace. Thank you. This is the much delayed 2020 awards, Clare Camogie All-Star Awards. And as we did in 2019, we're going to have a couple of speakers. And I want to call first the chair of Clare Camogie, Joe O'Donnell, to come up and say a few words to the listeners.
Thanks, Owen. Just a few very quick words to everybody here. Thanks to Scariff Bay for sponsoring these awards in conjunction with Centra, Scariff. It's great that the ladies' sports are being recognised in the way that men's sports have been for many years, and we hope it continues. Congratulations to all the winners. Well done to you all. And I won't hold you any longer. I will just say, I look forward to tomorrow's Munster Championship match with our junior team and next week's with our senior team. And I'll be seeing an awful lot of the players here at those matches. So thank you for your commitment to Clare Camogie and well done. And thanks to Scariff Bay for your support.
Thank you. That's Joe O'Donnell, Chair of Clare Camogie. I'd now like to call on a famous woman, she's famous in County Clare and throughout Ireland, the multi-award winning PRO of Clare Camogie, Bríd McNamara.
I had to make it obvious, Owen. I just want to say well done to each and every one of you ladies. You're the reason that we do what we do. Scariff Bay came on board with Clare Camogie, 4 or 5 years ago. They've trekked the length and breadth of the country and the county, letting everyone know about your exploits on the field. And I am so proud to be involved in Clare Camogie, to see what you are doing, and also to see the recognition that you're getting from Scariff Bay Community Radio. I want to sincerely thank Scariff Bay for their continued promotion of the game, their continued promotion of ye women in sport, and to thank them for starting off the Clare Camogie All-Star Awards. We hadn't been able to do it last year, so it's a double event tonight, and each and every one of you are so deserving of these awards. It's what you put in on the pitch, not just on one day, but it was the culmination of the entire championship. So well done, and keep up the good work, ladies. Gurv Mila Mahaguf.
Thank you, Bríd McNamara, PRO of Clare Camogie. We also we're going to have a couple of words from Trish Rogers from Rogers Centra, who are sponsoring this evening's event. So, Trish Rogers, please.
Hi everybody, and again, I suppose congratulations to all the recipients. We're just delighted, I suppose, to have the opportunity to sponsor such an event. And I think we might be a little bit unique in Clare. I know a few counties have it, but I don't think every county recognise the Camogie All-Stars. So I think, you know what, maybe we're a little bit a step ahead, maybe. I think it's important equally, though, to acknowledge like the effort and the work that all of the girls put in. Like, I know firsthand what it takes to achieve what you achieve and to reach the heights, and the skill level and the commitment and the training. And I suppose really the last 2 years have been particularly difficult, because not only had you the challenge of getting fit for the match and all the rest of it, but then you had to kind of stay COVID free to be available to play, because like camogie panels at senior level, sometimes they're not all that high. You don't have the big numbers that you have at lads. So like every player counts, I think, when it comes to your camogie team and your senior team especially. And the further the competition goes on, I suppose the tougher it gets. So it takes a lot of effort, a lot of commitment. So I think fair play. I think most girls here have kind of reached county finals, or they've been very close to it anyway. So I said it doesn't come without hard work. I think we're actually sponsoring a very worthwhile awards tonight. I think it's good to acknowledge the girls. I think, you know, participation in sport at any age and every age is really, really important. But I think, you know, especially for girls, like girls do tend to drop out, like in maybe teenage years, later teenage years. So I think it's particularly important to recognise the efforts that the girls put in, and maybe if it encourages a few more people to stay playing for another little while, it would make a difference to some teams. And, you know, it might mean a club might have a second team as opposed to only having one team. So I think it's important to recognise the excellence of the girls and their skill and their commitment. And I'm sure, look, you know, it's not all hard work. There's good fun, and there's definitely been some good nights out along the way as well. So that definitely helps to bond the team as well. Again, I suppose I'd like to conclude by thanking the county board. I think they've always kind of, you know, they've offered great facilities, and they've risen to the challenges, COVID challenges, other challenges, pitches not always available, not always freely available. You have to go begging and borrowing sometimes, and they've never failed not to field a match. So I said fair play to them. And again, I suppose Scariff Bay Community Radio, they've brought a lot of excitement to lots of kitchens and living rooms over the last couple of years, and they've definitely helped, I think, to promote camogie in Clare. And I think Clare Camogie are all the stronger for the support of Scariff Bay Community Radio. So I think they're leaving Clare Camogie in a better place anyway going forward. So that's it for me. So listen, congratulations again to everybody, and I hope you enjoy your evening.
That was Trish Rogers of Rogers Centre in Scariff, who are the sponsors of tonight's event. Leo and Pat, I'm just going to talk just a little for a moment about the sports coverage on Scariff Bay Community Radio. We did make a conscious decision back when we started in 2015 that we were going to cover camogie, and I think it's been very successful. Leo?
Yeah, I suppose one of the funny things I can remember about the first game we ever done in Scariff Bay Community Radio was the Munster Colleges final here between Scariff and Community College and Ursulines of Waterford. And what I can remember, it was Scariff Community College won it, but my co-commentator was a John O'Brien from Broadford, and halfway during the second half, when the game was gone close, he was gone 45 yards down the field to give advice to someone else.
Did he bring the mic with him?
He done it one day and one day only, so we got Pat McNamara on board after that.
I wouldn't be able to run that far, Leo.
We got Pat on board after that, and big major contribution he's made. But Owen, look, it's great to be able to cover the camogie matches and also the hurling matches, you know. Especially during the COVID times as well, when people couldn't get out and, you know, couldn't get into games, and, you know, there was a lot of different ways of getting to watch the games. A lot of lads became apprentice building constructors, there was ladders and things, but, you know, we were able to get a lot of the matches into the homes of East Clare
and that was important
beyond.
as well,
and
because
it was very important, yeah.
It wasn't just people in Clare, because people all over the world were tuned in as well, especially in the championship matches.
Yeah, I suppose, look, it's the championship matches are the one that counts, and, you know, there's a bit of bite in it, and, you know, the GA and camogie is central to, you know, especially East Clare and the culture of Clare and all over, you know. And look, if we could play some part in helping, you know, these people that couldn't get to the games, you know, to try and give them some flavour of what was happening.
And that's part of what we're doing here tonight with the All-Star Awards, is supporting Clare Camogie. Pat, you came on board, as Leo said there, and You're like a two-hand reel, the pair of you, out on the side of the camogie pitches, in the rain and the hail and the snow and the sun. You've been all over, and they're building a new press box in Tulla, especially for the pair of you.
Really looking forward to that. And I can assure you, there was a few coldish days, but having said that, we weren't trying to hold hurleys and catch balls and pick balls up and sidestep people and get scores. All we had to do was talk, so we're reasonably good at that, I suppose. But I remember one day, Jim can tell on the computer where we have listeners online. Remember one day we had a listener in the Central African Republic. Don't know who that was, but certainly he was there. He or she was there. Finland as well, and the usual places like Chicago, Perth, New York, and places like that. And we didn't really know who they are, I think. But it's just look at it. So the speakers already have been very kindly saying that, you know, maybe Camogie is lucky to have the station. My opinion is the other way around. As regards being involved, we are lucky to have Camogie because I got such a thrill out of those Clare Championship games, inter-county games, school games, the enjoyment and the skills level in Camogie have gone through the roof in the last 10 or 15 years through everybody's involvement. And to be on the sideline and have a small involvement for me is just a great thrill. And of course, even if the game wasn't absolutely brilliant, those listening to Leo will think it's the best game ever played anyway, because he can do that. But you know, it's just a joy. It's just a pleasure to bring it to everybody, especially those at home who can't make it. So yeah, it's my pleasure anyway, and my enjoyment is not the other way around.
And what we have done over the last few years as well is watch these underage players move up into senior teams and become award winners like they are tonight. Leo.
Yeah, indeed, and you know, it is great to see the progression, and you know, a lot of the players you'd notice them from a young age that they're probably going to make it through. But look, there's always one or two that will come out of the pack, you know, will surprise you. And look, you can see the state of Clare Camogie, the way it is at the moment. It's very, very positive, and you know, that's what you want. We want it to filter, and that to filter down along, which it has been done. But also, look, we wouldn't be able to cover the games either, or get into a lot of games without the work of a certain individual here in front of us, Bríd McNamara. She gets us permission to get into games, and probably games we shouldn't get into, she gets us permission to get in. You know, so look, it works both ways. We're good for them, and they're good for us as well. And look, we have to thank their contribution also.
Thank you, gents. Another guest we have here tonight is John S. Kelly, a former principal of Scariff Community College, and he's going to present the awards to the ladies tonight. John, you might stand up and just have a quick chat with me.
I certainly will. Getting increasingly difficult to rise.
You've seen a lot of these girls that are winning awards today come through the school as well.
Yes, I remember the first time we introduced Camogie into the college here. It was under the aegis of Jack Tracy from Whitegate. The interesting thing about that particular year was to notice that it was a winter of rain and snow and all the negative things. While the lads were in here playing table tennis, the girls were outside in the muck and the rain. And I said to myself, you know, Jacko, you've started something that's very, very critical and very important. And I've always had a feeling on Irish women need more frontage. They need a stronger space and place. And we look to developing that in an educational system, every opportunity a school can get to highlight the importance of the female. The better it will be, because when they leave the school and they may become involved in community work of one form or another, we are losing an awful lot as a result of opportunities being denied to young girls. And two of the best things in sport that I have witnessed would surely be the evolution and development of ladies football and the skill development in Camogie in the last 10 years. Fair play to you, that's all I can say in that regard. And no more keeping the head down and leaving it to the others, of the other six. You take your rightful place in society, and Camogie has taught us, you know, it has something very, very important to offer.
Come on, John.
Okay.
Thank you for that. John S. Kelly.
Yeah.
John will be presenting the awards to the ladies. We're going to start off. You okay with that, Leo and Pat? We start off with the awards. We're going to start off with the much delayed 2020 Camogie All-Stars. The Scariff Bay Community Radio sponsored Camogie All-Stars. And I'm going to get the nod from Jim if the lady is here who's going to take the award or not. First up in goal, we had Rebecca Keating from Ina Kilnamona. This player had a tremendous 2020. Her excellent saves and consistency between the posts throughout the season were instrumental in bringing Ina Kilnamona Camogie to county final success. A very intelligent goalkeeper who never lets her side down. Congratulations, please, to Rebecca, who isn't able to be with us tonight, but I still think she deserves a round of applause. Right full-back, Susan Daly from Scariff Ogonnelloe. Another tremendous year from this young Camogie player. Even though a county final appearance wasn't achieved, Susan's heroic defending and breaking out from defence with the ball makes Susan a well-deserved 2020 All-Star. Please congratulate Susan. Go ahead, that's it. Okay, so Susan's going to come up and collect her award from John S. Kelly. And you'll have a chat with Susan. And Susan, Leo's going to have a chat with you. Thanks, John.
You're taller than me, Susan.
Just about.
Susan, first of all, congratulations. Not only you're getting a 2020 All-Star, you're also an All-Star for 2021. You know, too great. You're also a player that's third All-Star in a row. Many congratulations. Great times for Scariff Ogonnelloe and Clare Camogie, Susan.
Yeah, it's great. I suppose at the start of the year we focused on training, so this is just a bonus. Like, it's a great achievement.
And of course, you're at a busy time now. We're getting ready for Munster Championship next week. All going well.
Yeah, it's a great setup this year in Clare Camogie. Now we're playing Tip next week, so hopefully we win that. No, it's going good. Yeah.
And of course, a chance to play in one of the biggest stadiums prior to one of the big games, which is a major contribution, from the GA allowing the Camogie in and getting the chance to play on big days.
Yeah, it's good this year. Now we're playing in Cusack Park and Semple Stadium now, so it's great for Clare Camogie. Definitely, yeah.
Susan, we wish you the very best of luck next week, and congratulations on your third All-Star in a row award.
Thank you.
Susan Daly, Scariff Ogonnelloe. Number 3, Claire Heher from Ina Kilnamona. Claire led her club to county final glory in 2020 and to a Munster final appearance. Claire leads by example with excellent defending and clearances and always gives 100% for her club, Ina Kilnamona. Another player can't be with us tonight, but please put your hands together for Claire. Number 4, in the halfbacks, Ciara Doyle, Scariff Ogonnelloe. 2020 was another great year for this tenacious defender. Ciara's consistency in defending and setting up attacks make this All-Star award fully deserved. Ciara Doyle. So we're going to just get you all that.
I have to talk to Ciara, so I'll stand this one as well, yeah.
And Ciara will have a chat with Pat.
Ciara, first of all, congrats to All-Stars 20 and 21. Very well done and well deserved. I'm sure it's great to be recognised by the experts in Clare Camogie, those who watch it, for your exploits.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it's great, I suppose, at the end of the year just to have these kind of individual awards for girls that have kind of excelled. And thank you very much, Steve, for getting them up and going the last 3 years. And thank you for all the coverage that you've given to us since you started back between Clare Camogie schools and Club Camogie. You run a great service for people that can't make it to matches, and we all really appreciate it within Scariff Ogonnelloe and within Clare as well.
Thanks for that, Ciara. I'm sure, I was in your company a good bit this year, travelling in the car to matches because you were injured and you couldn't go the normal way. I'm sure you'd much rather have been playing. You have had your share of injuries. It's one of the big drawbacks in sport, isn't it? And, it's very hard work to overcome them.
Yeah, but I suppose that is sport, and I suppose with club I was lucky that I had such a good group of girls around me that they got around me and it kind of got me involved more and made me feel even more part of it than I did nearly when I was playing and within the community and everything. And although the girls stepped up then as well, and I suppose injuries just come hand in hand with sport, so you just have to get on with it.
You know, to balance club, county and college, all the C's, a lot of it at the same time of the year seems really pressurised for those of us watching on. Is that how it is?
No, I think everyone kind of uses sport as an outlet, and then if you're finding it too full on, you can just go and talk to whatever manager you have, and they'll always let you draw back. They always kind of work with you, so a lot of time they kind of let you put your studies first, and then but you're only glad to get out into the field. You're glad to get away from the books or anything, whether it's work, college, and you're just happy to play, and you just use that as an outlet.
Well, Ciara, we hope you're fully fit soon for club and county, and as the real leader on the pitch. So well done on your awards again this year.
Ciara Doyle. You are listening to the Scariff Bay Community Radio Camogie All-Star Awards on 88.3, 92.7 FM, online all over the world on scariffbayradio.com, and also on the Radio Garden and TuneIn Radio app. We're going to the number 5 position, and we're going to Kilmaley for this. Sarah Nicalig, a young player who became very prominent in 2020 with a brilliant year playing in defence for Kilmaley. Sarah is another player whose defending and setting up of attacks leads to a deserved All-Star Award. Please welcome Sarah Nicalig. Now, Sarah, Leo is going to have a chat with you.
You can't escape, Sarah. Sarah, first of all, many congratulations to you on your first well-deserved All-Star. You had a tremendous year in the half-back line for Kilmaley. You know, you came within a hair's breadth of getting to the county final. You know, that day again, Innick in the morning, maybe a few decisions that should have gone your way towards the end, went the other way. Look at you have to learn from that and move on, but you had a marvellous year yourself.
Thanks a million. Yeah, it was a really close game, and I think everyone in Kilmaley was on the edge of their seats that day, especially when we went to extra time. But I think we learned a lot as a team, and that season we really bonded together, you know, and yeah, I just think it really helped the team to carry on and develop through the year. So.
And looking to 2022, Sarah, you know, last year things didn't go as good for Kilmaley. I know injuries took their toll. Looking forward to a positive year in 2022?
Hopefully we're still waiting for management, but we'll get there.
Well, to the start.
We're training away, so yeah, hopefully someone will manage us, and then I think it'll pick up.
So the call from Sarah is Kilmaley looking for a manager.
Anyone listening, please?
Fair play to you. The call is out. The first time I've ever heard that on official side. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Nicalig.
Well done. We're going to the number 6 position, Niamh O'Dea, a teammate of Sarah's in Kilmaley as well. Niamh had an outstanding year for Kilmaley in 2020. Her excellent ball skills, defending and leadership were instrumental in bringing Kilmaley to a whisker away from a county final. Please welcome up Niamh O'Dea. Oh, she's not here, sorry, Jim. I'm getting the head shakes. She's not here. So please put your hands together for Niamh. We're into midfield as well. Alana Ryan in Kilkishen-Bodyke. A first All-Star award for Alana, and she was the outstanding player for her club in 2020 in the 2020 championship. Alana's high fielding and defensive abilities make her a well-deserved All-Star. Here's Alana here. Cheers. And Leah's going to have a chat with you again.
Elena, congratulations.
Thanks very much, Leo.
Elena, the awards are coming thick and fast for you. You know, 2 All-Star awards in a row. Also, Elena was the winner of an Ashburn medal with UL last year. You know, it was central to Kilkishen-Bodyke making the breakthrough and getting to the semi-final of the championship last year. Elena, next step, county final?
Well, we'll see. One thing, I suppose, from 2020, looking back, how it benefited us for 2021, just getting the confidence for young players, experience. Like, one thing, me being here, but it was a team that got to that semi-final. And I suppose just everyone improving. It's not one player. I could have a great game, but another day I mightn't, and that's when someone else has to step in, and it's just about a team effort at the end of the day.
But the team is evolving, Elena, and
It is,
I'm going to have a big say in 2022.
Yeah, I won't give away anything now to you, Liam.
Elena, what amazes me about you in the camogie is this left hand goes up and invariably brings down the ball. It's a tremendous skill.
Sometimes you see the ball come down, other times not. Yeah, I suppose it's a skill I'll put it down to my father. He just practiced, I suppose, and I just grew to love that aerial ball, and yeah, I suppose I can't say much more.
So that's a Tipperary trait.
Maybe.
Elena Ryan.
Thanks very much.
This next lady used to get a bit of stick from Leo Doyle in commentary as well. There was lots of analogies and comparisons made up because of her name, which was wrong at the time, but sure. Lorraine Bible from Newmarket on Fergus. What a consistent performance Lorraine has given since she graduated to senior ranks in Newmarket. A wholehearted player with lots of skill makes this young lady a real leader on the field for her club. Please welcome Lorraine Bible. She's not here. Okay, well, please applaud her. Number 9, Andrea O'Keefe from Ina Kildamona, a midfield dynamo who is a tremendous asset to her team. Andrea is a perfect midfielder with a great eye for a score from play or from a sideline cut. And again, we don't have her here, but please applaud her. Andrea. Next lady I know is here. Number 10, Mairead Scanlon from Scariff Gunlow. Even though success eluded Scariff Gunlow in 2020, Mairead was a team standout forward. Her free taking and scoring from play were exemplary as is usual. Please welcome Mairead Scanlon, a true winner. Go over that way a bit, John. Just go over it. Well done, Mairead. And Pat is going to have a chat with you.
Mairead, well done again. We seem to be congratulating you every time we meet you, which is obviously right and proper. Some couple of years you've had and the team has had. Tell us how that you know how to get a late goal. Everybody else has given up on the game and you grab a ball, take it by the scruff of the neck, tear through and roof it. How do you do that? What's the secret?
Sure, it just landed in front of me or rose it off. It's the most basic skill in the game, sure.
For a basic skill, it's not nasty.
I know, you know what, it just fell very, very well for me on the day, and I suppose there was probably a bit of panic and everyone was kind of looking everywhere and just fell in front of me and I just rose it up and hit it.
And I suppose you're right in a sense, because the scores or the things you do in the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes of a game are equally as important as what happens at the end.
Yeah.
But it's more drama near the end.
Yeah.
As well as that, you've been doing this for a long time in terms of Scariff Gunlow and indeed Clare. Is the enjoyment still as great as ever?
Yeah, no, it is. It's probably better. You know, playing at senior is, I think, the key to being, you know, really enjoying it. Like, it was brilliant at junior and intermediate, winning titles, but like playing senior is where you want to be. Playing against the best players in the county, you know, and then getting to Munster and playing against other good teams. Like, yeah, no, it's class. Yeah, no, really enjoying it. Like, every year is obviously different. Like, but when you're winning, I think. As well in the last year or two, it makes it extra special, I suppose, and kind of gives you an extra year or two you mightn't have maybe stayed on for otherwise.
Absolutely. Just to make it easier for Leo and myself, at what minute in the next county final or Munster final do you intend to get the winning goal?
Yeah, no, hopefully we don't want to leave it that late again, and hopefully we're back in finals, so we'll get there first and hopefully we'll get the goal a bit earlier next time.
Okay, Mairead. Well done, Mairead.
Roisin McMahon from Newmarket. This is a first All-Star award for Roisin. She's a very versatile player, equally at home in defence or attack. It was her performance in attack which brought Newmarket Camogie to the county final in 2020. Please welcome Roisin McMahon. She's not here. So please applaud Roisin McMahon. And number 12 then, Emer Kelly from Trua Clonlara. An all-action player who likes nothing better than running at the fences. Emer is a real leader and score-getter for Trua Clonlara and always makes vital contributions in each game. Please welcome Emer Kelly. Oh, no, she's not here either. Please applaud her though. Number 13, Caoimhe Carmody from Kilmaley. One of the main reasons for Kilmaley getting to the 2020 county semi-final was the performances of Caoimhe. Her work rate and score taking make her a well-deserved all-star. And this lady is here. Please welcome Caoimhe. And Leo's going to have a chat with you.
Caoimhe, how are you? Congratulations.
Thanks very much, thank you.
Caoimhe, the first time I saw you playing camogie was in a Cumming and Munskull down in Simple Stadium, and you've come on a long way since. I often wonder where you went to, but 2 years ago with Kilmaley in that run to the semi-final, you really took the championship by storm.
Yeah, I suppose I was we were waiting around ages for it with the lockdown and everything, so when it came, I think you just, really ready to play and just give it your all. So yeah, I'd say that helped me maybe amateur.
And the one thing, even for a person as slight, you've no fear of anybody. Your work rate is unreal. You've no fear just taking on the fence and go for scores.
Yeah, I suppose just training from a young age, and even I used to running when I was younger, so that kind of just helps as well, build up resilience and all that.
And also, you've now progressed on to the Clare senior team, and again, bigger days ahead with the Munster Championship next week.
Yeah, I suppose about time I made some sort of breakthrough, but yeah, we're looking forward to it now next week. Hopefully, it all goes well. So looking like tips, so hopefully, yeah, it'll all go well.
Caoimhe Carmody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Caoimhe. The second last Camogie All-Star from 2020 is number 14, Anya O'Loughlin from Trua Clonlara. A great campaign in 2020 for Anya. She's one of the best high fielders in Camogie, and adding that to her score-taking ability makes her a standout player for Trua Clonlara. Please welcome Anya. And Pat's going to have a chat with you.
Very well done, Anya. Congrats again. Just maybe you might tell us again, to a player like yourself who's done an awful lot with county and club, what does an award like this mean?
Yeah, no, it's great to get an award. You're training all year round, going out at all sorts of weather. It's tough. Sometimes you'd really reconsider going out, but I know it's nice to get an award at the end of the year, just to recognise all the training and work that you've put in.
Absolutely. And your team, I suppose, through Clonlara, have been getting closer and closer and closer to major honours in Clare, and I presume the next step is your main aim with the club, is it?
Yeah, definitely. It's great to see the progress in our club, and every year we seem to be getting closer and closer. We were unlucky last year. We put on 2 great games for the county, I think.
For all of us, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We're coming, and it's just great to see, and hopefully now in the next few years we'll take that extra step and bring back the cup to Clonlara.
And despite all the training and all the cold weather and all the winter stuff that goes on preparation-wise, it's still enjoyable.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think if you're not enjoying it, why are you playing it? So I think it's the friendships that you make when you're playing camogie is just brilliant, and just it's great to know that you can always fall back in camogie when other things aren't going the way you want in your life.
I'd say much less enjoyable for the fullbacks trying to mark you on, but well done, Anya O'Loughlin.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Anya O'Loughlin. Our final All-Star in the 2020 Scariff Bay Community Radio's Camogie All-Stars is Amy Keating from Ina Kilmona. She's not here today, but Amy joined her sister Rebecca in making this 2020 All-Star team. Amy played consistently well for her club in 2020. Her scoring tally set Ina Kilmona on the road to glory. Please put your hands together for Amy. She's not here. While I'm here, I'll take the opportunity because Angela Murphy-McNamara, who's the current principal of Scariff Community College, has started a campaign to build an all-weather pitch here. As Mairead Scanlon and any other former pupils here will know, they trained in the mucky field out the back of the school, and sometimes it was unplayable, and a lot of times it is unplayable. The school here in Scariff is starting a campaign to fundraise for an all-weather pitch and a 4-lane tartan track. And I'm sure that Angela will be delighted to hear that it's been mentioned on the radio today as well. So hopefully that goes well for Scariff Community College, because ladies in sport will be encouraged when they have proper facilities to train in and to play in school, because we know how difficult it can be if you're out in a mucky pitch in school and getting ready for the next class. We're going to continue on with the 2021 All-Stars. Will be Leo and Pat.
Well, work away on, keep it going.
Thanks. The first one, Rachel Daly, the goalkeeper for Scariff Gunlow. Her move to between the posts at the beginning of the year was a talking point for the early stages of the championship, but Rachel justified the fate shown her. Taking over from ex-Clare goalkeeper Aisling Corbett was no easy task, but Rachel rose to the occasion, taking pride of place among her sisters in the starting 15. Please put your hands together for Rachel Daly. And Leo's going to chat to you, Rachel.
Rachel, congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Rachel, you know, you were at the Dundee a few weeks ago. I think it was 6 medals you collected in over the 2 years, and now you continue with another one tonight. You made the goalkeeping spot your own, but many people know that you played underage up along, and you know had already won a county under 21 with Scariff Gunlow. So you know you finally made the breakthrough to the senior team with aplomb.
Yeah, it wasn't that much of a transition since I was playing junior, so we'd always trained together. Me and Bob trained together in goals, so she showed me a lot over the years. So it was good to get my senior debut this year, and we did well along the way. So.
Rachel, they say you have to be a small bit made to play in goals. You know, I played a small bit. I played a small bit myself, but not to the same level as yourself. But what do you think are the main traits for playing in the goals?
Main traits. I think it's a lot different in camogie than hurling. Striking mightn't just go as long, so the ball would drop in more, I'd say, in camogie than hurling usually go wider over the bar. So like that, just dealing with the backs and the positioning of forwards is just hard to get, but it's just practice makes perfect, I suppose.
And Rachel, you have your sister outside you, and you know we've often heard one or two words, quite private words between you. But how do you keep control of a lady like her outside in the full back line?
Sometimes she might have selective hearing, all right. So just keep tabs on her and just keep telling her what to do. That's usually what I try to do anyway.
Rachel Daly, well deserved All-Star.
Thank you, Rachel. And again, a second or third All-Star actually, Claire Herher from Ina Kilmona, who's not here tonight. She was county captain for Clare and led the charge as Ina Kilmona attempted to win back-to-back senior championships. They fell short in this endeavour, but it wasn't due to a lack of vigour on Clare's behalf. She wouldn't be used to the cornerback berth, but is rewarded for her efforts in the spine of the Ina Mona defence. Please put your hands together for Claire Herher from Ina Kilmona. Number 3, Susan Daly from Scariff Gunlow. Arguably one of the standout players during Scariff Gunlow's collection of 2 county titles in the space of 3 years. Susan is at the heart of the defence and is one which is not easily broken down. Also part of the county senior panel, her exploits at club level are sure to result in more game time in the county colours. Please welcome Susan Daly from Scariff Gunlow. And Pat's going to have a chat with you now, Susan.
Susan, brilliantly well done there. We were confused there myself and Leo, but much more with Leo. Between all sisters and yourself, I mean, we could have full-time awards for the Dailies and Camogie. It never changes. Look at, you're continuing to enjoy it and get everything you can out of it while you're young and fit. It's great to have playing with the 3 of them. I suppose it's not often you have 4 sisters playing in the same team, so yeah, it's great playing beside them. It's remarkable, I would say, and does it lead to confusion with gear, who's hurley or who's training gear or that at home in the house, or is that a problem? There's always fights between boots and socks and hurling. The washing machine's always going with gear. I have a fair idea, knowing you watch fullback, playing fullback, I have a fair idea who wins those fights too. Susan Daly, well done. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Susan. Number 4, Sinead Hogg from Trua Clonlara. For her display in the Drawn County final alone, Sinead certainly put her hand up as a contender for one of the top defenders in the championship. Her battle with Alva Rogers from Scariff Gunlow was immense, and she typified the fight required for the big day with superb turnovers and countless examples of throwing her body on the line. Please welcome Sinead Hogg to the microphone. And Leo's going to have a chat with you, Sinead.
How are you?
Sinead, how are you? Congratulations.
Thanks a million. Thank you.
Sinead, you really burst onto the scene. You've been around a while, but you really burst onto the scene last year, you know, with the start, when they put you back, cornerback, a new position for you. You took to it like a duck to water.
Yeah, I've always been a forward all my life. I don't know what I was thinking. Stroke of genius, I think, from the management in True Clonlara this year.
Yeah, and it worked out perfect. What do you find the main difference between playing in the backs and playing up on the other side?
In the backs, I suppose you always have to be switched on. Like your forward could run behind you, run in around you, run behind the goals, and you just have to follow them, keep aware all the time.
True Clonlara had a tremendous year last year. You know, unfortunately for yourselves, just about didn't get over the line. Look, progress this year, county finally, you're going to finally make the breakthrough.
Yeah, hopefully, as Lockie was saying, hopefully the next few years we'll push on and we'll get that final hurdle over with. But yeah, we're going well in the club and we're all flying at a training, so it's nice to be there.
Also, congratulations to you. You're captain of the junior camogie team going out in the rag in the Munster semi-final tomorrow. You know, progression to the Clare team, onwards and upwards for Sinead Hogg.
Yeah, absolutely. I was only saying it to Mam at home. I was looking this time last year to give it up altogether and look at me 12 months later. So it's absolutely super and I'm delighted to be here.
I know hard to be taking a bit of limelight after that brother of yours in refereeing
Absolutely, yeah,
big
keep him
games.
at home.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sinead Hogg.
Thank you.
We should also congratulate Sinead because she just qualified as a PE and Irish teacher and was in UL getting her award earlier on today.
Thank you.
She said she's looking for a job. Number 5, Susan Vaughan from Scariff are going alone. Absent for the early stages of the campaign, Susan came back with a bang, adding power and energy to the East Clare side's defence. Particularly strong in the air, the Ogunlow woman cleans up possession in each game and acts as a launch pad for her side. The ex-Clare captain will certainly be happy with her year and her award. Please welcome Susan Vaughan.
Susan, congrats. Brilliant, a brilliant achievement and deserved, obviously. Susan, for those of us who tried holding years ago and could never be where the ball was as often as we like to be, how are you always where the ball is and able to catch it without effort?
Just be slow, Pat. Slow and
Didn't work for me. But really, your reading of the game is superb. I mean, the amount of sweeping you did of ball this year, whether you were loose or whether you were marking people, it's just remarkable. You just always seem to be able to read where it would be, and that's a great skill in itself.
Yeah, but I think it's probably the players around me as well. They're marking their players, so it's easy for me to go wherever I want. You know, kind of playing that sweeper role, so you kind of have to be able to read the game in that position. But it's definitely the players around me that help me as well to do it.
Yeah, and I'd say there aren't many players in Clare senior camogie in as many positions that you had in big games, and that's vital. So I suppose confidence is always a big thing, and you always need to be confident, which is a help as well.
Yeah, it does. You just kind of always need to be talking on the field, I think, because we have a young team, so you kind of need to, as a leader, me, Mairead, we're probably the elder people on the team, so we need to be
elder statespersons, yeah?
Mairead just said thanks for that.
But you know, we have a young team, and to bring these girls, like we've, I think, 11, 12 new players that came through, so we kind of have to show them the way, so you do have to be
You've been
talking.
great, memes and enties. Finally, you know, your experience in rugby, which of course is considerable, has that brought something to your camogie approach?
Yeah, I think if you don't talk on the rugby field, you don't step on the rugby field, and I think I brought that to probably my camogie as well. You just have to constantly be talking on the field.
So, an award this year for playing and talking, Susan Vaughan.
Thanks.
Susan Vaughan. Another winner, she's going to be coming back up to chat to Pat, Ciara Doyle from Scariff are going alone. A player's work really comes under the microscope when they're absent, and that was telling when injury ruled Ciara out of Scariff Ogunlow's All-Ireland semi-final defeat to Ullart de Balla. It was a day when their defence was exposed, an occurrence that has never happened while Ciara has been on the field. She may be small in stature, but Ciara is one of the biggest leaders for the county champions. Please welcome back up again Ciara Doyle. And Pat's going to have a chat with you again.
Ciara, well done again. We've met a lot, as I said. First of all, I was wondering, would you talk to your dad or would he talk to you? But then I realised he was probably looking for compliments for the lovely jacket he has on, and maybe the colour wasn't him or something. But Ciara, as I said to you, you've talked about your injuries, talked about your amazing career so far. Are you dying to get back again and just get out on the pitch and be doing what you do best? Clattering through players, getting on the ball first and driving it on the field.
Absolutely. I suppose you don't realise how much you appreciate something until it's taken from you, and that was kind of how I felt this year. I probably took for granted being able to play. I know I was only injured last year as well, but when I got back I kind of forgot about that, and then I suppose missing out. I'm just looking forward to getting back whenever I do and getting back training with everyone and back with the girls as well. And
we all hope for that very soon for you. Tell me, what's it like living with Clare as finest commentator?
I wouldn't know. I don't live with him.
Well, anyway, Ciara Doyle, listen, you bring an awful lot to the game, as does Leo, so it's a great sporting house, your house. Well done again, Ciara.
Alana Ryan, number 7, Kilkishen-Bodyke. As Kilkishen-Bodyke charged into a first senior championship semi-final, it was the countless charges from defence by Alana that proved vital. If she doesn't manage to win a free when emerging from the black line, she will instead create a scoring opportunity which any of her attacking colleagues are only glad to finish off. Please welcome back up Alana Ryan from Kilkishen-Bodyke. And Alana, Leo will have a chat with you now. Or Pat will, sorry.
Very brief, Alana. Alana, Clare, her senior hurlers, obviously playing tomorrow in a big match, and Brian Lohan is the manager. Now, I remember as a young as a younger man watching Clare in those days, Brian Lohan with the red helmet, you were always confident and assured when the ball went in. Watching Clare and Kilkishen-Bodyke, that red helmet of yours, when the ball goes your direction, there's only one way it's coming out again. Is it because of Lohan's example, or is it just that you know? How were you as good as you are?
I actually used to play full back when we were minor. I used to get that a lot, actually. But I suppose I just, once I have the ball in my hand, I'm so determined not to drop it or just to keep going. And if I do win a free, brilliant. Or if I don't charge through, I just should be determined once I get it in my hand, I suppose, to go forward.
So for next year, change that helmet and you'll get compared to another great star, maybe, DJ Carey or somebody. Anyway, Alana Ryan, well done again. Well done.
Alana Ryan. You are listening to Scariff Bay Community Radio, and this is the Camogie All-Stars for 2020 and 2021, and we're on the year of 2021, and position number 8, Zian Spillane from Fecal Killanena. Transitioning from minor to senior at county level has been seamless for Zian, who offers an abundance of energy and a knack for hoovering up breaking ball. The 2020 intermediate champions would have targeted reaching the knockout stages of McMahon Cup, but would be content to have finished the year as Senior B champions. Please welcome up Zian Spillane. And Leo's going to have a chat with you, Zian.
Mind yourself. Zian, first of all, many congratulations. Zian, you've been a tremendous player at all underage. Fecal Killanena have been very prominent underage, and just due to players like yourself, your dominance around the middle of the field, you've also made the progression to the Clare senior team very, very seamless. Great times ahead, and for Zian Spillane.
Yeah, definitely. I think I was lucky that I had a great age group going up in the club, and there's a lot of us that are still playing, so I suppose when that progressed to senior level, we always knew we'd have a good team. So we obviously hoped to get out of the group last year, but hopefully this year now we take the next step. Yeah,
I suppose you were in the tough group last year, having through Clonlara and Aina Killamone, and you more than held your own and were lucky not to get through. You'd be hoping to go that step further this time, Zian.
Yeah, hopefully. I suppose every group in senior is going to be tough. There's a lot of good teams, but we made the most of getting the Senior B Championship last year, and I suppose we just gained more experience. So. Yeah.
And Zian, look, also the very best to look to you as you take part in the Munster Championship Senior semi-final next weekend down in Thurles. Zian Spillane.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zian. Number 9 in the 2021 Scariff Bay Community Radio Camogie All-Stars is Amy Barrett from Scariff Gunlow. Alongside Abby Walsh, Amy's partnership at midfield was a vital cog for Scariff Gunlow in returning to the top of the pile in Clare Camogie. Her loss from the county setup has certainly been felt, but Amy's ability was clear to see when she is on her game. There are few players in the county capable of matching her. Please welcome Amy Barrett. And Pat is going to have a chat with you, Amy.
Hello.
We weren't sure. Amy, how are you? Well done again. Amy, I was thinking down in the car about players, what you might say to various players, and then when I just realised now I was going to be talking to you, there's a phrase used in hurling and camogie and other games to get stuck in, or to take a game by the scruff of the neck, and when the chips are down, you always seem to do that. So how do you manage it?
I think it's part of it though. It's nice to be able to step up and score, but I think when you're competing at such a high level, you have to just get stuck in. You can't let the game pass you by. I think sometimes it's easy to do that, but it's important to think to get success, you just have to get stuck in.
And there's always a moment in the game, I think, usually hitting for the last 10 minutes, you might be 2 or 3 points down, and you either, it's one way or the other. And I always know that you were probably one of the people, there are others on the Scariff team, but you were one of the people who just will win that hard ball and deliver it up to the forwards, maybe a few times at that precise moment to get you back into the game. And it worked this year.
I think everybody does it though. I think you can see from various positions everybody's input to the team. Like as Susan said, communication is so important to be able to drive that team on and get everybody on board, because sometimes it's not just one person, it's a collective. Like obviously that one person's hitting the ball, but it's a knock-on effect of somebody making that tackle, making that interception, to leave the person the opportunity to get that ball and get that break and hit it down to the girls to score.
Absolutely. Briefly talk to me about the commitment involved again. I mean, other girls have referred to it. It's massive commitment nowadays, at senior level, county level in many cases as well. Is there any time at all to have a bit of fun?
Of course there is. No, of course there is. But I think at the level we're at, it's a massive commitment. Like the standard I think we're exhibiting for all of Clare it's amazing for all the girls to be a part of. But as the girls said, if you're not enjoying it, there's no point playing. And I think it's when you get success at the end of the year, it just makes it all worth it. It
Absolutely.
really does.
And now standing here, Amy Barrett.
Thank you, Amy, and congratulations. Number 10, Becky Foley from Trua Clonlara. Although she did not get on the score sheet for either the drawn, decider or the replay, were it not for the contributions of Becky in creating scores and running at the opposing defences, Trua Clonlara simply would not have made it to the county final day. She offers strength and pace in attack, which has proven to be a handful for any defender. Please welcome and congratulate Becky Foley. Leo's going to have a chat with you, Becky.
Becky, congratulations.
Thanks very
Your
much.
first All-Star award. I suppose, Becky, last year through Clonlara got so far. Okay, maybe you didn't score in the county final, but I know you had got injured 10 days before in a game inside Newell, which did hamper your movement, there's no doubt about that. You've really burst on the scene. You've been a tremendous player for True Clonlara and for Clare, and it's going to be a huge loss to both teams this year. We look forward to seeing you back on the field sooner rather than later. How is that injury coming on?
It's not too bad. Like in sport, there's a lot of ups and downs, and I was lucky enough now last year. I had a very good year and a great bunch of girls around me, and I was very lucky to have a very good season. Unfortunately, obviously we couldn't win the final to just top it off, but yeah, sure, you have your ups and downs and you get through them, and hopefully I'll be back stronger now.
There's no doubt the Foley household is a sporting made household, and your brother was also a formidable GA player, rugby player. You've taken probably a bit of the limelight away from him.
Hopefully anyways, yeah. So sport's always been a huge part of our kind of upbringing in the house, and he kind of needs a bit of the line taken away from him, so hopefully anyways.
Here's Becky Foley.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Becky. Number 11, Emer Kelly from Trua Clonlara. At county level, Emer is one of the most difficult forwards to keep tabs on, and that is multiplied when it comes to the club game. If Trua Clonlara are to get their hands on the McMahon Cup next year, expect Emer to continue to be one of their leading lights. Over the two county finals, she hit 2 goals and 10 points, and her tit-for-tat clash with Ciara Doyle in the drawn encounter was a battle for the ages. Unfortunately, she can't be here, but please put your hands together for Emer. Number 12, Avian Ryan from Ina Kilnamona. There was no such thing as second season syndrome for the former St Flannan's College student. Fresh from winning her first senior title in 2020, she heightened her reputation as one of the more lethal forwards on the club scene. With this growing standing will come extra pressure, but Avian appears to have the shoulders to carry this burden. And unfortunately, she's not here this evening. Please put your hands together for Avian. This next young lady is here. Number 13, Alva Rogers from Scariff. How a player responds to setbacks invariably gives a strong indication as to their character and ability. Regularly raiding for goals throughout the group stages, she came out second best in the drawn final for her personal duel, but certainly came into life for the replay, firing 2 points and maintaining this form as Scariff were crowned Munster champions. Please congratulate and welcome Alva Rogers. And Pat's going to have a chat with you, Alva.
Alva, well done, well deserved. How does it feel to have an All-Star award so early in your career?
It's a great achievement, I suppose, but it's great to get the recognition at the end of a hard season after all the work and training and commitment that's put into it by everyone.
You come from obviously a brilliant sporting household, GA, camogie, handball, etc. Is there a bit of competition in the house as regards who will be doing best, or are you all very loving each other and complimentary?
I know I'd be lying if I said we all got on grand now, but we're always bickering back and forth, and I love to pull out the line about what medals I have and they don't. And
oh, lovely, lovely, well done.
At me as well.
Well, you're honest, which is good, and I suppose that's where the competitive spirit comes out. But you know, the more experienced players have mentioned, you know, about the benefit of all those young players joining you, those former minors like yourself, and you know, what has it been like to come in and play with players you were looking up to 2 or 3 years ago as a very young girl, and now you're playing with them?
Yeah, I suppose we're very lucky to come into such a professional setup in the Scariff. Like, the step up is a big step up, but the underage structure in the club really helps the progression up along. Like, we've had very good teams from juvenile the whole way up, so it was kind of seamless coming in. But yeah, there's great leaders there, and the older players are very good to help you make the step up.
And Alva, what would be your greatest personal goal for the coming year?
I suppose this year, probably to get back to the county final, I suppose, for Scariff and
stay ahead of the brothers in terms of awards. Alva Rogers, well done.
Thank you.
Congrats, Alva. Number 14, come back up again, this lady. For the third time in the history of the Scariff Bay Community Radio Camogie All-Stars, Mairead Scanlon from Scariff. Leadership is best displayed through actions, and who better than Mairead to set the example for Scariff. On several occasions when the need was greatest, she stepped up to save her side with a 49th minute cracking goal in the drawn final and devastating drumming inch with a last minute green flag to bring home the Munster title to East Clare. For her successes in 2019 and 21, she has been their most effective player. Please congratulate and welcome once again Mairead Scanlon. And Leo will have a chat with you this time.
Mairead, how are you? Congratulations again, Mairead. And people, we haven't mentioned tonight that Mairead was also, along with Susan Vaughan, on the Munster Club All-Star team of 2019, and congratulations for that. Mairead, we're not going to keep you long.
Yeah.
Wait, what is the secret? As you know, people normally, when they get older, they get slower.
Yeah.
As you were getting older, you were getting better.
Yeah, I'm probably drinking less and stuff, going out less. Like, I'm not in college anymore, so like, just living a clean life. You know, minding the body, stretching loads. I'm always at the girls to be stretching and minding themselves and drinking lots of water. And,
yeah, I know.
That just maturity makes you mind yourself.
I know you've been an advisor to a lot of the players and what to do before they go out. Mairead, what is the ambition for 2022?
I suppose stay personally healthy, fit, and enjoying the game, and then for the team, I suppose, yeah, to hopefully keep everyone together, fit, and competing, and get through our group, and take it game by game, and hopefully retain the title. But there'll be a lot of teams with the same plans, I think.
Don't know about that. Ladies and gentlemen, Mairead Scanlon.
Cool, thanks.
Three in a row, Mairead. Congratulations. The last Scariff Bay Community Radio Camogie All-Star 2021 is Lorna McNamara from Fecal Killanena. Another one of the rising crop that are likely to see Fecal Killanena become one of the annual contenders for senior honours. Effective from play and place balls, Lorna's scoring prowess has aided East Clare's progression to senior. She is now the free taker for the county senior side and will be targeting success with her club and also the possibility of securing an annual spot on this county team. And please welcome Lorna McNamara. And a neighbour of yours wants to chat with you, Pat McNamara.
Not just a neighbour, cousin and godfather, believe it or not. I know Lauren since she was a baby, so Lauren, first of all, it's a thrill for myself and everybody connected with the family to see your career coming so well. But we knew that when you were about 3, with either your dad or your mum having you out on the lawn, and she was hitting that ball out of her hand, I'd say, before school. So would that be right?
Yeah, no, they're definitely great supporters of mine, like growing up. As you said, from 3 years old, I was probably out the backyard with a hurley, so yeah.
No question about it. I remember that well, yeah. And I remember a neighbour saying that there's a little lady there with curly hair and she can hit the ball further than her father could, Lily, when he was in goals for Fecal and Clare. Lorna, you have enormous skill and you have lovely balance on the feet and that, but I remember you were an outstanding goalkeeper in your primary school days, and we used to have you in goals for most of the game, and then even the county final that we won, the last one we won Division 1, thankfully, I'll get that in. We brought you out with 10 minutes to go to win the game, and you did. So you already had a super start in your career, even at 12 years of age.
Yeah, no. I started out in goals just because no one else would go in.
Exactly.
So,
I wouldn't ask anyone else to go in.
Yeah, but Mum would have me out in the goals in the backyard too, so I remember many hours practicing there, so that's where it all came from.
If anyone has young kids, bring them to McNamara's backyard. It seems to be the place to go. Lorna, to play with Clare is a step up. How are you finding the step up? What is the biggest difference?
Yeah, it's a major step up. Even the fitness, like we do so much running, it's awful, really.
Hope they're listening to you. Yeah.
But no, it's a massive step up. But I'm enjoying it, so it's grand.
Brilliant. And if I leave you with the final question, what would be your chief personal goal for yourself in the coming 12 months or the coming year, Camogie?
Just keep scoring from play, I suppose. It's grand getting the frees, but the teammates feed the ball into me, so I want to try to pull off as many scores as possible.
So keep feeding teammates. Lorna McNamara, well done.
Congratulations again, Lorna. I just want to list off here now. There's several players who they got their 3rd Scariff Bay Community Radio Camogie All-Star Award today. Claire Heher of Ina Kilnamona, Ciara Doyle of Scariff Agunlow, Susan Daly of Scariff Agunlow, Emer Kelly of Trua Clonlara, and Mairead Scanlon of Scariff Agunlow. Please congratulate these ladies. We're going to have the Player of the Year announcement for 2020 and 2021 in a moment, but first I'm going to call on John S. Kelly to say a few words to the listeners and to those gathered here. John S.
Pat, did you notice that Lorna has a lovely head of curly hair?
Well, I had one of those one time as well. It didn't stay with me, but it will stay with Lorna.
Thank you, Owen. We're approaching the end, and I think it was very appropriate that we would convey our appreciation to Owen for emceeing very excellently, well up to your standard. So, you might have noticed around as well that there are 5, is it 6 or 5 adults? I'm the oldest, that's why I'm doing the presentation. But all the others, bar Owen, have been past pupils of mine. I've taught them all. How about that? And Leo reminded me that we had the table tennis table here in the centre of the GP area, and Leo was a very, very good table tennis player. Is that right, Leo?
Not too bad, John.
But At lunchtime, there was always a joust between Leo and myself. And of course, it was the crowd against me. But he never bet me. He was not able over the 5 years. So it's just a little reminder. The Scariff Bay radio, we developed a policy and we stuck to it. And it was primarily, we promote the culture of our area, whether that area is East Clare or whether it is the county as a whole. And that's where our connection, as was referred to earlier, where our connection with Camogie came into being. We see in the radio the promotion of the game as a many-sided benefit for our people, especially giving, as I said earlier, a voice to our ladies. Our sports department probably is the best in the country, and it is totally amateurish. It's totally, not amateurish, but it's totally run by amateurs. Where would you get commentators like Leo and Pat? I mean, I think I would prefer to listen to the lads commentating on matches than being at the match. They have a capacity to create that image with language and with animism. So it's an opportunity for us to say publicly to the boys, you are brilliant. And Brian Carty, fellow Roscommon man as my own, Brian Carty, anytime I meet him, he says, how are Leo and Pat doing? Great appreciation for them. So it's interesting that, you know, no matter where in the world you are this evening, you can be listening to Scariff Bay Community Radio, congratulating and giving and granting the awards to our special players. So, thank you, lads. You are all over the world. You don't get any money. Totally voluntary. And we are totally democratic. Contrast just 4 nights ago, this is Saturday, 5 nights ago, Scariff Bay Community Radio were broadcasting live the cabaret concert which was in the hall below, okay? And we had a call from New York during the week. And a lady and her friend had been listening to the concert online. That's how close the world has become, how small it has become, okay? But also, it is giving great scope. The McNamaras and all the other names that we heard so glowingly this evening, they resonate in Australia to this day now, because we'll have calls from Australia next week, no doubt at all about it, okay? And it's frightening in one way, but also it's glorious to think that our girls from the surrounding parishes are walking down Fifth Avenue and Melbourne and Sydney in Australia, and possibly not possibly in Hong Kong as well. So this night we are in a special way celebrating and honouring Camogie, one of the great GAA successes of recent years. I know you share with me anyway that we have witnessed extraordinary displays of skills at all levels and ages. If you pop into the GAA field below and you see 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds, and they're doing drills that we didn't even do at senior level. Do you know? So here we are to honour, in particular, the current stars of the game. And it is truly a great honour for me to be asked to actually present those. It is also an opportunity to express our thanks and appreciation to all the volunteers who formed the Camogie County Board, especially the chairman, Joe, who's here with us, and the PRO, Breed. Okay? The amount of hours which they spend, and which others on the committees, the Camogie clubs around East Clare, the amount of time which parents and grandparents spend driving Tommy or Mary or Julia or Sheila. I know that it has been wet, it has been windy, parents have complained, but I would say keep it up, because without you and the work which you do to keep the children at training and at matches, if you as parents drop out, then we won't have occasions like this. Finally, to the special ladies themselves, could I say a really big congratulations. You may not in later years retire from the game, but you will not, hopefully, remember the affirmation which you're getting and which you've got on occasions throughout the year, and you will give back. And this is addressed to the younger members. You will give back to the community that has nourished you and nurtured you. And in that way you show a sense of appreciation. And without you doing that, there is no second generation of camogie players coming up. It is hugely dependent on payback. Okay? Stay with the game. And no matter where you go in life, there will always, and that's very, very true, there will always be a GAA club there to welcome you. No matter where, the GAA is spread right across the globe now. Isn't you see it? You see documentaries on that, and opportunities. And because the reality of life is, you probably are going to move out of East Clare when you finish in college or when you're finished in training. That's the reality of life. We may next meet you in Sydney in Australia, New York. There's no need to be lonely. You have the fraternal link with the very organization that has brought you to this point. So stay with the game. And finally, a thank you. A thank you to the radio to which I belong, okay? A thank you for the initiative which people have shown, okay? The radio is expanding out of all levels, okay? Nobody gets a penny out of it. And yet, we have no difficulty in getting presenters, in getting volunteers to join us. So I'm saying as the oldest in that group, not the most important, just the oldest, okay? There are certain virtues attaching to moving on in years. And one of them is a perceived lack of energy and a diminishing recall capacity, which means I don't know how many times I've stood here over the years, okay, in this very spot, behind this particular little podium on. I've never used a note in my life, but I could not face a crowd at this stage of my life without the help and aid of a few bits of paper. So thank you very, very much indeed. We thank, as we say goodbye to another year, we thank Centra, Trish. You've always been so supportive, and it's paying off, very much indeed. So thank you, Owen.
He was taking away my notes as well. John S. Kelly, a valued member of the committee of Scariff Bay Community Radio and the board. And don't sit down yet because you've another couple of jobs to do. We're going to announce the Player of the Year 2020.
Player of the Year 2020. People in the know say that when this lady plays well, then her team play well. A tremendous captain, both on and off the field, whose consistent top-class displays of skill and leadership led her and her club to county final success and to the 2020 Munster final, where they were unlucky to lose by that rotten single point. Yeah, a top-class camogie player from, she is more than deserving of this award, the Scariff Bay Community Radio Senior Camogie Player of the Year for 2020 is Claire Heher of Aina Kilnamona.
As we said earlier, unfortunately Claire can't be here with us, but I'm sure someone will bring that award back to Aina Kilnamona for her. I'm sure there's someone here to do that for her. Congratulations, Claire. And now we're going to call out the winner of the Player of the Year 2021. And you can do that to reveal it at the end, okay?
Very good. 2021. What a year this camogie player has had. Indeed, what a year we have all had in camogie in 21. Her work rate is phenomenal in the middle of the field, where she is always available to help out also in defence or attack. That's expected from a centre field player. She doesn't mess around with the slitter and always gives great balls to her forwards. She also pops up with many great and timely scores for her team. She is an ideal midfielder who suffered a dreaded cruciate ligament injury several years ago, but with hard work and dedication, she has come back an even better player. This player was undoubtedly the standout player in Clare Club Camogie in the 2021. Now, the Scariff Bay Community Radio Senior Camogie Player of the Year for 2021 is Amy Barrett of Scariff. What a delight. We know each other.
Well done, Amy. And Pat is going to have a chat with you. Amy, and congratulations from all of us.
Amy,
Thank you.
very, very well done. The tension there was unbearable, even though we had a good idea. We had a fairly good idea, some of us now, we'll say no more about it. Look at, when you were here a few minutes ago, I talked about getting stuck in and taking the game by the scruff of the neck, but this is a fantastic award because this is what, as I said, those who watch Clare Senior Camogie intently during the year have seen from you. So very, very well done. What does it mean to you?
Thank you. No, obviously it's nice to pick up something as an individual player. Like obviously we're so successful as a collective, as a club, not only in our senior group but all the way down through the years or all through the ages. But it is nice to get a bit of recognition to all the hard work that does go on in the middle of the pitch.
And I know I've spoken before about the hard work, but you know, it's hard to imagine for people not maybe following close up, you know, the kinds of weather you're out in, the times of the morning, all of what goes on now to reach, even to be near the top, not at the very top, even to compete. So, you know, people earn what they're getting here tonight, including yourself.
No, it's not easy, and every girl here knows the levels we go to and the extent that the commitment we go through is tough, but it's all worth it, and we all enjoy it. So.
Well, Amy, just totally deserved award. I said to you earlier on about how you just took control of matches near the end when they were going. It was tough for Scariff for going low. So maybe you're entitled to a little party or two tonight to celebrate this fantastic award. So, Camogie Player of the Year 2021 in Clare, Senior Camogie, Amy Barrett.
And Amy's delighted, our proud mammy's here to watch her as well, receive that award. Congratulations, Amy. We've come to that time of the evening, it's time to go. And I want to say a few thanks to people. My fellow presenters and the head men in our sports department, Pat McNamara and the inimitable Leo Doyle. These stalwarts of sport commentary have arranged the voting process amongst all the camogie clubs in Clare, all 9 senior camogie clubs, and made sure that the team nominations were counted in a fair and transparent way, which they were. I want to thank John S. Kelly for presenting the Scariff Bay Community Radio All-Star Awards to the players. Joe Donald, Chair of Clare Camogie, for attending and joining in our celebration of Clare Camogie, the teams and their award-winning stars. Breed McNamara, the multi-award-winning PRO of Clare Camogie, who keeps Camogie in Clare in national prominence. A special thanks to Michael Long Construction, who continues to support the live broadcast of Scariff Bay Community Radio. To all our volunteers and committee members of the board of Scariff Bay Community Radio who have come and helped today, Marie and Trish are down the back. They're going to serve us a cup of tea in a moment. Thank you for coming and helping make this award ceremony a well-run and safe affair. To Station Manager, Chair and Engineer Jim Collins, whose retirement from a full-time teaching job has become a full-time station management position and who has organised and produced the show. Another special thanks to Angela McNamara, Principal of Scariff Community College, for allowing Scariff Bay Community Radio to host the Camogie Awards here. Also to Niall O'Brien, who set up the venue really well for us yesterday. Finally, thanks to Trish and Ger Rogers of Rogers Centre here in Scariff, who kindly sponsored the 2020 and 2021 Scariff Bay Community Radio Camogie All-Star Awards. Gorel Mila Mahagav. We in Scariff Bay Community Radio will continue connecting communities on FM, online and in the iPhone apps and smart apps of your phone and your tablets. We are connecting communities, and now we're going to go off and have a cup of tea. And I want to thank everybody and thank yourselves, and congratulations to all the girls who won awards here in 2020 and 2021. And we are now going, as I say, going to have a cup of tea. So thank you all.